Hi everyone, my name is Tony Holowitz and I want to thank you for being here for this training today in Microsoft Outlook. In our previous training we've gone over a bunch of little things related to Microsoft Outlook, but in this one I want to talk about, now that you are starting to use Microsoft Outlook, the next logical thing is once you get all these emails coming into your inbox, how do you deal with them? How do you manage them? So in this tutorial I'm going to show you a little bit about how to create folders to manage your email, and also how to work with the actual emails to select them to get them into those folders. So I want to draw your attention over here on the left hand side to where it says inbox. With my mouse I'm going to click on the right mouse button, and when I do that I'm going to select new folder. Now there are a lot of ways that I've seen my clients work with folders, but I'm of the belief that simple is best. And simple is best because now that you know you can sort things, as I showed you in a previous tutorial, by clicking on the column headings, you're going to be able to find things down the road. So you don't have to over-organize, and I'm going to talk about that more in another tutorial. But what I do recommend is think this through in a way that makes sense to you. In my opinion, you can get away with 3 folders. And let me show you what those are. So the first folder, I'm going to put a 0 in front of it because I'm going to call this the important folder. And the things that I'm going to put in here are those things that you don't want to delete. You think, oh man, I might need that at some point in the future. So you don't want to delete it, but you're not sure what to do with it. Just throw all those things in the important folder and sort of forget about them. The next folder that I'm going to do, and again I'm going to right click, is going to be the number 1, a dash, and then it's going to be projects. That's anything that I'm working on right now is a project. Okay. The next folder I'm going to work on is what I refer to as the Saturday folder. Now you can call this whatever you want, but the Saturday folder to me are all those things that I want to do, but I do not want to do them right now. I don't want to do these things during my workday. Then when I have some free time, when maybe I'm bored and I need a mental break, or maybe on a Saturday, or maybe at night or a weekend, whatever, it's what I call the Saturday folder. And the reason I put a number in front of them is because if I didn't put a number in front of them, then I would have them in alphabetical order, and I wanted more of a numbered structure to it. So number them however you see fit. You don't have to number them, but I just find that works best. If at some point you come in and you don't see those folders, sometimes the inbox can be closed. And what I mean by that is you'll notice this down arrow. If I click on that, now that arrow is pointing to the right and it's hiding those folders. So by clicking on the little arrow, it shows them again. So let's go back to our inbox and talk about how you select emails to do something with them. And some of the things I'm going to show you right now really have nothing to do with Microsoft Outlook. These are just selection techniques for working with like files, or in this case emails. So I'm going to click on an email. And when I click on the email, I see a preview of the email over on my right. But let's say we make a decision that we want to take this email and all the emails all the way down to where it says email 1 and everything in between. We want to take all of those and move them to the important folder. Well, I'm going to hold the shift key down and then I'm going to click on email 1, and everything became selected between the first one and the last one. Again, I clicked on this one, I held the shift key down on my keyboard, pressed email 1, and everything in between became highlighted. Now the reason I did that is if I click anywhere on this highlighted section and hold, click and hold, I'm going to now drag all these things over to the important folder. Let's say we don't want to do everything that's in an order, but we want to do things that's maybe random. Well, I'm going to click on the first one, I'm going to hold the control key down, I'm going to go click on the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And I can jump around. So before I held the shift key down, but now on my keyboard I'm holding the control key down, or the CTRL key. Cat, Tony, Robert, Larry, control key. Now, if I put my pointer on any of these items, that is highlighted in blue and click and hold, now I can drag all these things to my Saturday folder. If I want to sort things so I can easily select them, I might want to select on who they're from, when they were received, or just grab one and just drag it over to wherever I want it to go. But the idea behind this is really simple. When you take an email and you delete it, like I'm just going to click on this one right here. Now this is a mistaken email, but if I want to delete that and I hit delete on my keyboard, or I could have hit delete up here, what it actually happens is it doesn't go away. It goes into the deleted items folder. And what I want you to observe is that each folder might look a little bit different with some of the headings, and that's okay. There's no big deal there. But this is the thing. If you get an email and you put it in the important folder, and right now we only have about 10 emails in there, but let's say there were thousands of emails in there. Well, you might not remember when you got the email, but you might remember who it's from. So you can go into a folder, even if it has thousands, and click on From and sort everything based on who it's from. Now in this case, we have a view here that I don't usually like, and that is called a group view, and I don't want to show it in groups. I just want to see the individual emails. So if I know who it's from, and I knew it was from that guy named Tony, well, even if I had a folder with tons of stuff in it, if I just click on one of the emails and then on my keyboard press the letter T for Tony, it's going to jump down to the first item that begins with the letter T. So if you have a long list of a bunch of things, A to Z for example, if you press the letter C as in cat, it's going to go to the first item that alphabetically begins with the letter C. If you do V as in Victor, they'll go to the first thing that begins with V. So what I'm getting at is these lists, even if there's tons of emails in a folder, you can find things. If you don't remember who it was from, but you remember, hey, geez, I know I got it last summer, well, you can narrow it down by clicking on Received. So my experience has been, it's just so easy to find things should you really need it. And I haven't even talked about the search feature within Microsoft Outlook yet. I've just talked about working within folders. So it's my belief that sometimes we spend so much time organizing things that the reality is don't over-organize, don't overthink it. Just get them into one spot that works for you. And again, anything that's important that I don't want to delete, I put there. Anything that I'm working on, a project goes there. Anything that is random, that is not really important to me, that I don't want to be bothered with during my workday, I put them in the Saturday folder. And that I might not get to these things for weeks or months, but on occasion I'll just go in and look at them. So you're going to be able to find things in your email, and I think that's really important to realize. Things won't get lost. Even things that are deleted, typically in most businesses, all the items in deleted stay there. They don't get deleted. Having said that, if you're in a company that has some kind of policy that deletes things after a certain amount of time, you want to be aware of that. But you're going to be able to find things. So keep it simple. Put the emails in the appropriate folders, and the best thing you can do to be very efficient with Outlook is keep a clean inbox. I have people that never clean it. They have thousands of things there. So that's my first look at getting organized with your emails. And I think if you take that strategy, it's simple, it's effective, and you'll have a better experience with Microsoft Outlook. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for your time. You have a great day. Be well, my friends.